Hello there everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I'm talking about a movie I came across on Turner's Classic Movies. It is a channel, I think, on cable or regular TV, if you still have that, and it's also on Hulu. So Kim is from the 1950s, and I love classic movies because it's when movies told a story without hitting you over the head with some political bullshit message. It taught morals, it just movies back then were special, whereas today movies suck. Movies are trash. But Errol Flynn and Kim is fantastic. So the plot of the movie is this: Kimball O'Hara. He is a son to a English veteran fighting in India at the time. It's like the 1800s, I believe, sometime around there. And his father dies and his mother dies, so he's an orphan on the streets. He, in fact, kind of tans his skin so he can fit in with the Indian kids and children, so he can survive. And of course, I don't need to tell you how problematic that would be in today's political climate. Oh, he's got blackface, and the screeching that would be had. But this kid does this to survive. And throughout the story, he gets recruited by the Secret Service, the English Secret Service, and he has to deliver messages. And his cover story and his very real story, or not real, but real in the sense according to the plot, is he comes across this Buddhist holy man, and he becomes the holy man's chela, which is a beggar on behalf of the holy man because he's quite old. And he's blind, and he starts by stealing this holy man some new glasses so he can see. So with this holy man, he kind of has this cover story that he can go from place to place, he can travel, and he has to deliver these very specific messages to save India and to save English soldiers. So throughout the story, there's this character called Mahbub Ali, which is Errol Flynn's character, and he plays an Arabic Afghanistan, a person from Afghanistan. Of course, in today's climate, a white person playing an Afghan or Middle Eastern, the belly aching and screeching that would be had. But he plays it quite well. And Mahbub Ali is the best, in my opinion, the character of the movie. Because throughout this plot, it builds the story between Kim and Mahbub Ali becoming this father-son. He kind of adopts him. He cares for the kid later on when they think the kid's been murdered or went missing. And Mahbub Ali is just also great because he's this cold-hearted guy who calls himself a man of peace, but there's a scene where he brutally murders the guy and he chuckles before he does it. So he's this horse trading assassin with the Secret Service. And it's not intentional, but they were trying to kill Kim at the time. And there's even a part where he says,
"Then there's the little matter of injuring a holy man. For that alone, were I not a man of peace, I would take pleasure in slitting your throats.
And I would take pleasure in killing you," because later on there's these two Russian spies that injure and mortally wound the Buddhist holy man. So it's a very good movie, a very wholesome movie. And Errol Flynn is probably one of the best actors of all time, in my opinion. There's some of the other movies, I think Silver River was another one he did, where he's kind of this asshole gambler.
But maybe I do need a partner. A silent partner.
And it's great because in that film, he's with the United States Army, and he decides to burn a wagon that had a whole bunch of money to pay the Union officers, but he decided to burn it to keep the Confederates from stealing $4 million of Yankee money to subvert the United States or whatever. But it's just a really good, wholesome movie from the 1950s. And if you have Hulu, if you have a way to see Kim from 1940 or 1950s, it's a really decent, great movie. And that's why I like Turner's Classic Movies, because even the boring movies that they show on there are they're great. Every character is fleshed out. The effects still hold up to this day because they're very real effect, usually most of the time. If they were firing a gun, it was like a real gun with blanks. And it's just a sad retrospective to see how the golden age of cinema just turned into a CGI turd in all reality, or a political pulpit to beat down on anyone and to tear apart people's childhoods, whether it be Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek. People have turned it into a thing to demean and tear down not only childhoods, but whole stories, plots, and creative licenses. So Turner Classic Movie is really a look back when movies were decent and had messages. And just as a side note, there's a movie where Errol Flynn is a diver, and he finds a golden cross with gems, like worth millions of dollars. But by the end of the movie, he decides to give it back to the church, or the Catholic Church or whatever, because his friends say, "Oh, it's not yours to have." So he has a change of heart, which is kind of dumb now I think about it, now that we know what the Catholic Church kind of is, their abuses and them stealing artifacts. Anyways, that's a side rant for later. But he has a change of heart and he gives it back. And there's just no movies like that anymore that really have that solid character building, world building, and just investment into creativity, because they've all swapped that out with politically minded dipshits and writers and CGI. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Kim 1950 is a fantastic movie. Just leave a like, leave a dislike, comment below, and check out the description, and I'll see you guys next time.